Hi everyone, Coach Eli here. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell and selecting all notifications so that way you won't miss a single thing. Also, please make sure that you subscribe to my live streaming channel. That's Coach Eli 2. Authentic Live Streams, the most positive place on the internet. I'll be doing some more live streams there soon. So make sure you're subscribed to both channels. And then again, tap the bell and select all notifications, because if not, you may not get the notification. You only get occasional notifications. So anyway, as you can see, I'm out driving. I'm doing some DoorDashing today and some Uber Eats food delivery driving. And I've got some interesting stories to share with you here today. As I drive back to my hotspot here. So far, it's been an okay day. I'm recording this video on, let's see here, Thursday, March 9th, 2023. It'll be released on Friday, March 10th, 2023. And today's topic is one of the most important topics in this modern world that most, if not all of you, are dealing with. And it's one of the most frustrating things to deal with nowadays. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about, how customer service is horrible nowadays. Customer service online and offline is horrible nowadays. Plus, you are now guilty until proven innocent, especially when it comes to dealing with things in the online world, regardless of what it is. And I'm going to share some examples here today it sucks. What really sucks is when you are a good person, when you're a good, upstanding citizen, right? A good human being that follows the law, that pays your taxes, right? That cares about other people, that has other people's best interest, in your heads and hearts, right? When you're a good human being and you attempt to do everything right, and then you're accused of doing something wrong, especially if it's by some piece of technology, or what we like to call nowadays AI, artificial intelligence, right? Especially if it involves verifying yourself through our phones nowadays. A lot of companies use what's called biometrics. And, especially if you do like Uber Eats, like I do, and now DoorDash is doing this too. Occasionally they ask you to take a selfie of yourself to verify that you are the person using the account, the actual account owner is using the account, and you're not sharing your account, or you're not creating multiple accounts trying to game the system, right? I can understand from a security standpoint why these companies do it, okay? But what I don't understand, and what many people don't understand, are the amounts of mistakes that they make when it involves innocent people, right? Especially people that, drive for Uber Eats, like myself, and for DoorDash. Let me share my story on what happened to me a couple of nights ago. I was out doing DoorDash and Uber Eats. I do multi-apping. Those are the only two platforms I'm on. I've been trying to get on Grubhub and Instacart and also Amazon Flex, but they have a waiting list. So right now I'm just on DoorDash and Uber Eats. For the most part, there are slow periods, but I'm in a good market here in the San Francisco Bay Area where I'm at. And between DoorDash and Uber Eats, they keep me busy. Okay. So I was having a really good night with DoorDash and Uber Eats a couple nights ago. And I decided to take one last order before going home to spend time with my lady. And I went to go to deliver to a customer. I live in the Redwood City, California area. I went to deliver to a customer. And I've actually delivered this customer before. She was a very nice lady, right? And she always selects, meet me at the door, meaning that, I need to hand her the order, right? This was on Uber Eats, right? The same typical options are on DoorDash. You can either, the customer can say, hand it to me, or leave it at my door. And then if the customer chooses to leave it at my door, then both Uber Eats and DoorDash require you to take a picture of where you dropped it off. If it's a hand it to me, you just hit completed. But you got to make sure you hand it to the customer, right? Now, so I go to this lady's house to deliver her food, and I rang her doorbell. She didn't answer it. I knocked on her door. She didn't answer it. I then tried to call her. She didn't answer her phone. And then Uber starts a 10-minute timer. DoorDash is a 5-minute timer. Uber has a 10-minute timer, 8 or 10-minute timer, something like that, to where you have to wait that long. And if the customer doesn't respond by then it'll give you the option to take a picture on your phone. Well, I waited the time. I actually took a picture from my phone. And I waited the time sitting in my car. I was not going to sit in front of the customer's house, right? And after the 10 minutes were up, I went to try to close the offer. And on DoorDash, you can actually attach pictures that you've already taken on your phone. On Uber Eats, they only allow a real-time picture to be taken. And I didn't want to sit in front of the customer's house, waiting for 8 to 10 minutes for that timer. And it was cold and all that, right? So I completed the order, and then 2 minutes later, I get a message saying that my Uber Eats account has been waitlisted, has been blocked for 24 hours because the verification photo that I took doesn't match my profile photo. And earlier that day, 6.5 hours before I delivered that order, is when I went online. Well, I'm getting a DoorDash. Oh, I'm not going to go all the way up there. $16, 9.2 miles to go to San Mateo. Yeah, and it's raining pretty bad right now, and that's not a good, dollar to mile ratio. Minimum $2 to $3, and then for that distance, it would have to be $3. I wouldn't take that order for anything less than $27. So I'm sorry, PetSmart. You're going to have to go have somebody else take that. It's just not worth it. Give me a second. Let me decline that. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't hear the or not the that's Uber. I didn't hear the cowbell. Cling, 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 cling. All right, let me park here real quick and we'll continue. So Uber basically 2 minutes after I completed that order, it was ironic. They said that my photo my verification photo didn't match my profile photo. Now, Uber will ask you to verify your account once a week or once every 2 weeks, whenever it prompts you, right? And then all you do is you take a selfie. It tells you how to line up your face, and then you take the selfie, and then it verifies you right there. And what happens is they use biometrics, so typically it goes through automatically. But if there's some discretion or something goes wrong with the artificial intelligence software, it basically flags a human reviewer to look at your selfie. And I guess apparently this human reviewer, whoever got my picture, thought I wasn't me, and it was me, right? But that was weird. That happened 6.5 hours before that time, right? So I'm ticked off here. I'm like, okay, I wanted to take maybe one more. Actually, I was thinking of taking one more order before going home. I said I was going to go home after that order. I was thinking about taking one more order, but I ended up going home because of this, right? I called Uber support, and they basically just told me to wait after 24 hours. I'm like, I did nothing wrong. Is there somebody there that can look into this? Or, can you transfer me to a supervisor? And I got transferred to a supervisor, and they said they don't have access to it, right? Now, I on top of calling support, I responded to what they accused me of within the app. You have an option to dispute it. And I did. And to this day, 2 days later, no one has responded to me, right? Now, the Uber support, this is what I do like about Uber. When Uber makes a mistake, they do compensate you pretty well. They actually gave me $25 for this inconvenience. So obviously, they believe me there's something wrong with their system, right? But they just told me to wait the 24 hours. Why can't there be a supervisor or manager there that can just hit a button and say, look, we know this guy's legit. We know our system screwed up, fucked up. Let's hit the button and reactivate his account so he can go back and make more money for himself and for us too, right? Right? But no, right? You are now guilty until proven innocent, right? That's what happens, right? So, I ended up, I over the last few days, my account actually got, after the 24-hour period ended yesterday, okay? And right when it ended, I took another selfie, and I've been back and running ever since. But I also posted in the Uber forums on Reddit, and other people have gone through this, and they said after 24 hours you come back, but continue to message Uber until you get someone that can remove that infraction because they work off of a strike system. And because it's their, even though it's their mistake, unless you get them to remove that, if it happens again, you get deactivated and it's not your fault, right? See, this is the problem nowadays. The problem nowadays is customer service sucks and you are guilty until proven innocent, right? Right? Now, I can understand if you are a phony and a fraud, if you are someone that's a thief and you're, defrauding systems and all that stuff, right? I can understand that. But when you are a genuine good person just trying to make an honest living and you're treated like a fucking criminal, that's what really triggers me. And there has to be better systems in place to be able to rectify these situations nowadays, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Give your supervisors the tools to override it, at least temporarily, until someone from your, in-house investigative team, at your corporate looks at it and can make a better decision, right? Don't just assume people are guilty until proven innocent, right? We live in America here. I'm in America, and wherever you're at, hopefully it's the same. But in America, it's innocent until proven guilty. But it's just funny how in the modern world, you're automatically guilty until proven innocent, right? Another story, and if I get an order here, I'll splice this up and piece it up together. A friend of mine that I met through some DoorDash forums on Reddit several weeks ago, we've been communicating regularly. He's a wonderful gentleman named Chad from Las Vegas. And Chad yesterday was telling me that DoorDash prompted him to verify his picture. DoorDash is now rolling out the same thing that Uber has been doing for many years. Great thing, right? Yeah, it's great as long as it works. And as long as it doesn't take an innocent man that's trying to provide for his family out of business, right? And Chad told me, he goes, dude, I've been offline all day. I got prompted to take my selfie on DoorDash, and they said that my picture didn't match my driver's license, so they've suspended my account while investigation happens for 24 to 48 hours. He's like, I just used my last bit of money to pay my bills, and I needed to work today to make more money. And I'm like, wow, man. Now this guy who's trying to provide for his family, right, is out of business over something that wasn't his mistake. He's a good guy like myself, and he's being treated like he's a thief. He's being treated like he's guilty until proven innocent. He's called support 5 times, right? And support has told him that, they're trying to reach the right department, or, they're trying to take care of it, but he may have to wait the 24 to 48 hours, right? Last night, before I went to bed, Chad told me that he said that he got a good supervisor and he should be back up and running within an hour. And I checked in with him this morning. A day later, the guy's been down for a day. He's lost 1 day of work, at least $150, $200, right? And he's still down. And he said that he's going to have to wait the 48 hours. And I said, you know what, dude? You better get on the phone with DoorDash and keep complaining until they reimburse you for 2 days of lost wages, because they basically accused you of not being you when you were you, right? And that's the problem with this AI technology, all right? AI technology, let me tell you this. I have an iPhone. iPhones use Face ID. It is so accurate. It is so freaking accurate that it very rarely fails. But as with all, modern day technology systems, they do fail at times, and that's where a qualified human reviewer steps in and thoroughly looks at what's going on instead of quickly just hitting a button and screwing someone over that's innocent, which is what I think happened to both myself and to my friend Chad. When these AI systems say, okay, our AI is not able to match it up to the profile picture or to the driver's license picture, so now we're sending it off to a human reviewer at the company, right? And then that human reviewer gets it, and who knows, what that human reviewer does for the company. Who knows if it's just somebody sitting at home that's outsourced. Who knows, right? Your fate is in the hands of that human reviewer, right? Your fate is in the hands of that human reviewer. And I got screwed by the human reviewer, and so did Chad, right? So something needs to be done at these companies to take this more seriously. You got to have more qualified people, and when things happen like this, you have to have somebody available for someone like myself or Chad to easily reach you to rectify a situation like that, because that affects our livelihood. And maybe these companies don't care because all they care about is making their own money, but quite frankly, if you continue to do this and more people are affected by it, you're going to lose more and more people, right? And it's always a good thing to have good karma on both sides. It's always a good thing when companies take care of their employees or independent contractors and vice versa, right? It's always about good karma in my eyes. One more thing I want to mention here. Customer service has gotten so crappy. I actually placed an order on Walgreens.com because I'm beginning to notice that it's much cheaper to order from Walgreens.com and have it shipped to your home, or to order and pick it up at the store instead of going to the store and getting checked out at the cash register. The prices are higher. Okay, I'll share with you what happened with me yesterday. What happened to me, I received a Walgreens order, and one of the items that I ordered was a 200 count pack of Advil liquid gels. Ibuprofen, aspirin, however you want to call it, ibuprofen, right? And it felt a little bit lighter than normal because I've purchased it many times, right? So I opened up the lid, and the tamper seal was pushed down, and there were missing caplets or tablets, right? And I was like, holy shit, I look at my girlfriend, I'm like, holy shit, somebody that packed this or at the warehouse or wherever it was at, poked their finger and just grabbed a bunch of aspirin and put it back on the shelf. Like there's some thief there, like why would somebody steal aspirin? Are they, maybe poverty's hit so bad in certain parts of this country here, wherever that, distribution center was at where they packed my order, and people are stealing aspirin? I mean, wow. Or maybe someone just had a bad headache and just grabbed some for the night, and I don't get it. Most companies will give you aspirin. I believe they have aspirin, on hand. But anyway, so in order to get it replaced, it says go to your nearest Walgreens store. So I go to my Walgreens store, and a nice young lady was at the check stand. I made her aware of what happened, and she just told me to go and grab another one, right? And I went to the shelf because online these 200 count packs of ibuprofen, they're $20.99, and you have a $3 manufacturer coupon, so it ends up being like $17.99, and that's what the average price has been. They've gone up a little bit. They used to be like $15, but everything's gone up, right? So now they're about $17 to $20 for the 200 count pack, and that's the price, no problem, right? When I went to go on to pick up the other one on the shelf to exchange the one that was tampered with, right? $33.99. The price on the shelf was $33.99. $13 more expensive in the store. And I've started to notice this, right? So I go back to the check stand, and I tell her, I said, here you go, I got one more item here, right? I'll just pay the difference, right? She goes, yeah. And I go, let me ask you something. I'm not upset. I used to be in retail, and I understand what you're going through. You're a very nice person. I said, wow, these in-store prices have tremendously gone up. I guess they want people ordering online or buying online, and she goes, yeah, they have. And she goes, and they're finally allowing us cashiers to override the prices without having to get a manager. I said, well, they should allow you to do that, and yeah, it really sucks. I told her, I said, I guess what they want us to do is place the order online so someone here can put it together, and we just come in and pick it up, and we don't have to, go to a cashier and get actual service anymore, right? Or we can order it to our homes. It's almost like they're trying to avoid us from having to come in and shop at the store because that costs them more money, or they have to staff more people for that, right? Okay. Another thing you have to also look at, all these shop and pays now, that, and I've gotten some of them on DoorDash and Uber Eats, right? When you go to do a shop and pay for a customer at a Walgreens, 20 to 30% of that goes to DoorDash. So that's another reason why they're raising the in-store price to $33.99 for this, Advil, and they're raising the in-store price to 20 to 30% because that's to offset the DoorDash fee. So, I really don't like where customer service has gone nowadays, and the games and manipulation that all these companies make. Let's see, what do we have here? We have Falafel Taza, 1206 for 3.8 miles. Oh yeah, I'm going to take that. Yeah, I'm going to take that. All right. So I'm going to have to wrap this up here really soon. So chat, hopefully you get your account back soon. I'll update you folks on that. Yeah, folks, guilty until proven innocent. It really sucks when good people are treated like criminals until they're proven innocent, and that's what the digital world has done. It just really sucks. If you get into a situation like this, keep on contacting customer service. Hold your ground. Tell them, hey, what do you want me to do? You want me to send you a picture of my driver's license? Do you want me to do this, that? And if you're going to send, sensitive information, make sure you send it to the right email that's secured and all that, yada, yada, yada. But don't give up. If you're an innocent customer, or if you're working for a company like DoorDash or Uber Eats and they deactivate you or they suspend you temporarily over their mistake, keep fighting it, because eventually when you get the right person, they'll see it was a mistake in their system and you'll be able to get your account back or take care of whatever you were wrongfully punished for. So with that being said, thank you for taking time to view this video. Another videos coming to this channel soon. Please like, share, and subscribe to my main channel here, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. And also subscribe to Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams, the most positive place on the internet. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.